Hi everyone, this is Stens again, playing the cult classic Dark Age of Camelot down here in Labyrinth, dueling people on a realm rank 7 champion. So lurikeen champion, pierce, shield spec, no two-hand or any of that. And this video is more of a proof of concept, in my opinion. I have maxed out my defensive rating as much as possible with my spec and template RA setup, and combining that with the debuffs and a disease proccing weapon, we should be able to be beating people in duels. Like this Savage, who I'm fighting now with Shades of Mist up. He has very powerful defensive ability. But I was able to outlast him thanks to the defensive rating. And here we have a rank 8 Paladin. And he wants to spin around a bit, try to beat me with his two-hander or his celerity. But if you watch on the left, I don't think a whole lot of it gets through. In fact, I don't even have the right Netherian on in this battle. Slam. More meleeing, which is, what I do. Excuse me. And we'll continue to duke it out for a while here. He's hit me with some kind of fumble. I'm not sure. But, I seem to be hanging in there so far. The key with this fight is just winning the war of attrition for me. See, there's the disease proc. Very important stuff. It allows me to switch quickly over to the Pick Slayer to get some of those debuffs to proc. And, just keep the cycle going. He still wants to keep spinning. In fact, it looks kind of like he's strafing, so I'm not sure whether the styles are able to go off. I don't think he is strafing, he's just sidestepping in some way, I don't know, but slam, do the thing, back to the ML10 weapon. Eventually this debuff that's on me will hopefully leave. Fortunately, I'm the one with shades up during this fight, at least for now. But, yeah, as you heard me say earlier, proof of concept. Blocking, parrying, evading, keeping my opponent within my frontal arc. Using bleed styles regularly. I was able to bring this guy down and at 100%. And here we have a warrior. So you might be thinking, well, that's going to be harder because he can use his shout to be immune to debuffs for a bit. Sure. I think that's within this guy's plan. He has significantly lower realm rank than me, but as you see here, similar defensive spec. I go into my rigmarole, he quickly purges my slam. And when I attempt to re-debuff him, he's in his fearsome bellow move, whatever. So we're in a snare and kite, as you see here. No point fighting him while I can't debuff. Try to land disease, which I failed. We'll just re-proc disease. That's the key. Stacks with all the debuffs. It's another debuff. It's another everything. Disease is great. It's getting nerfed. But it's too good. And now he slammed me and going into two-hand. You can see, ouch, ouch. Drink the potion coming out of the slam. Go back into my spiel. Oh, and I got a vest proc. So I'm under champ HOT, which can dramatically change a fight. Disease landed, switch to Pick Slayer. And we will still eventually wear this warrior down with bleed styles, landing the occasional style, which, it's not so bad. I mean, open field, hard to work this except in groups as a dedicated bodyguard. But you see, I mean, the list goes on. We're fighting other classes that do completely different things. This guy is a Friar. Seemed like a darn good one, too. So, go through, keep him in front of me. He's trying to dance. So, you know, block doesn't work if they're hitting you in the back. So, I dance right along, keep them in front. Here I'm going for my Battlemaster debuff. And he Static Tempests, which was a bold move. Now I'm in interrupt mode, interrupting his spells, trying to land my disease. Sure enough, I land it right there. But I kind of screw up here because I blew both my interrupts, and he gets a cure disease on himself. Herself, excuse me. Bummer for me. Now I have to re-disease. There it is. So all is well. Especially in Shades of Mist Town, you know. Just that much more defense. Which is, you know, really a huge part of victory in Dark Age, in my opinion, is simply outlasting your opponent. Just in general. But it's especially true down here at Duels, which is really not what the game is intended for. Doesn't make you a spectacular player by, you know, winning your duels a bunch. So I don't claim to have complete mastery of this game just because my shield champ is able to outlast some people, or in this case many people actually. But bringing him down, he got some kind of heal off. So I did another buff shear. I mean, since I know the fight's long and there aren't other duelers standing around, I will use the buff shear. I don't use it when it's crowded because I don't want to mess with somebody else's duel, although I think at one part I do in poor taste later in the video. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But the Friar here is still hanging in there with all the heals and the heal procs and the various things that they can do. So, oh, another disease. See, we just keep it going. And there it is. It's good fight. More savage. Why not? And because everybody's a savage. Let's not forget. I mean, people love it. It's great. This one has Shades of Mist up again. It's all pumped up. Threw a bunch of self buffs up and is going to town at me. Of course, my block rating is halved when you're up against a dual wielder. So this has all kinds of recipes for disaster. But somehow I hang in there here through the, you know, the attrition. And I have to roll dice to be able to block, parry, and evade. Granted, the dice are in my favor, but it's still like every fight's different. That's why, you know, the random number generator really helps make this game exciting and dynamic. So, if you call Duels that, you know, that's kind of subjective. But it's tough. The fight continues. If you're watching, you know, the text on the left, I mean, I kind of spamming styles a bit, but you should be able to kind of see the ratios of block, parry, evade that I was referring to. And actually, these kind of things in open field do make you a great bodyguard versus melee. Anyway, victory. Okay, next what we have here is a warrior, rank 5. What was kind of interesting about this fight, in my opinion, was that he just wanted to stand toe-to-toe. He didn't want to dance, meaning that he was likely a defensive spec identical to me, but on the warrior end. So as we see here, he goes for the slam, starts administering the two-hand. Drink a potion coming out of the slam, of course, as per normal policy. And continue to try to hold my ground. Now, going against other defense spec tanks, it will always be longer. You hope that it's not a stalemate. That's what you hope for. With the advent of disease-proccing weapons these days, there is no problem with that. You don't have to have a stalemate as long as nobody kites away. So I've worked both my procs into him here. And just trying to wear him down. But this guy's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve too. Be surprised the amount of healing you can get from just tertiary items. And I believe that's what this guy's going for. So I seem to be withstanding the two-hander okay. He's almost dead, but if only it were that easy. Suddenly he's healed a bunch. And I just keep trying to hang in there. But I seem to be, because I am close to about 90% or so right now. He definitely has one of those HOTs going. He's getting ticks of health. So for now, just rely on more blocking, and the idea is that if he doesn't have to dance, I can keep doing it. Now what you saw me do there is I swapped my shield on to get another celerity charge. And what I meant was, if he doesn't dance, I don't have to dance, and we can just keep each other in each other's frontal arc. So he has the same strategy as me. And if two people with the anti-dance strategy meet up, I guess we stand up fight. There's more disease. I should have this one in the bag. Now he's getting lucky with the parry and block. Very high parry rating. Which just compounds the problem. There's a bleed style. That's what I'm looking for. Been hit with a couple of Banelord debuffs from somebody else's duel. That's never good. And he's still alive. Boom, hey! 7L8. Not bad. Anyway, moving right along here. We are on to another Paladin. And, just all around surprising how that last fight went down. I would expect some people to be able to kind of cut through the defense more than they have. But maybe not. Guess it still works, huh? I mean, that's moral of the story. So, hanging in there. But, you know, back to the fight at hand. We have a very angry Paladin dancing around with Shades of Mist up. Seems to know what he's doing. His chants are going off like clockwork, so he's got some very fast fingers. And there was where I buff sheared erroneously and hit the troll. Sorry, and then he died. So, yeah, that was the jerk move. Never again. But anyway, keep fighting. This requires a lot of effort to, you know, keep them in front of you with that. You know, his face is not enough. You want to kind of keep that backpedaling going. Keep them in front of you that way. But it seems to be almost over, and I think he decides to go into like a Realm Rank 5 rigmarole that super heals him, if I recall. That's probably coming up, so it ends up taking way longer than you want it to. I mean, you look at the health bars and you assume, well, this is going to be over soon. Not with constant Shades of Mist procking and healing is amazing amount of combination of defense and offense that makes Paladin an incredible dueler and small man class. There's the Realm Rank 5. Look at it, he's just healing right up there, making me have to go through the whole thing again. Of course, I could, you know, Badge of Valor in this case, but it, I prefer to save it for an emergency. It doesn't feel like an emergency at my health because of all the defense. And this one was like, I rolled well for defense, like better than I would expect because this guy's tough. But seem to have gotten through that Realm Rank 5 ability, and then that was it. We're done. Why not have more savages? A little higher rank. One less than me. Not sure if he's using the Pierce. Hand-to-hand weapons. I don't know what they are. I don't play a savage. So he is coming at me with hand-to-hand. I don't think he lands a disease proc on me, so it might not be the Pierce variant. There's my disease on him. Over to Slayer. Try to land some of this stuff. You wish it would proc a little bit more. It feels like it's supposed to proc. There it is. I did proc the Pick Slayer debuff, one of them. I think I did twice. Yeah. And, you know, he's cutting through my defense a bit. But the combination of all of them keeping me in the game here. And I'm going to survive and win. That was a tough one, but I don't know if it was quite as tough as a mercenary. These guys have got the disease proc weapons like he does, and a Pick Slayer, I believe. Charging, coming right at me, and they just tend to cut through defense very well, and he really is, as you're seeing here. I'm struggling to keep up with him in this fight the whole time. Now I'm diseased. Big bummer. At this point I'm thinking I'm probably going to lose, but the slam really helped. I got a few licks in there. And then a crippling, he just hit me 223 damage on that style. It's just right down to the wire. Of course I am not using Badge of Valor Static Tempest. I'm like one hit away from dying here. All he has to do is get through, but I parry right there. 2 parries on the last 2 hits that would have killed me, and then victory. And finally, our last fight here is a Realm Rank 11 Skald. Highest rank 1 in the video. Very tough. I know this guy from way back. Very great guy. And intense battle. So he's gonna throw the kitchen sink at me because that's what Skalds do. I mean, they are tricksters of quite the proportion. They can do just about all kinds of crowd control and shenanigans, and he's gonna use them because, for one, he's going with the one-hander here, which is cool. It's probably part of his master plan. I trust it, whatever his plan is. He's so out there with the Skald on. I would think that like I can't even imagine what's going on with that. I'm sure it's working, but I cut through it at this point, still surviving some of the shouts. I think I got a couple lucky resists on the shouts. So now I'm Zephyred away. Usually while I'm flying away in the little air trap, I drink a potion. I take a moment, then I'm now barreling back at him. So we've snared him. Figured the stun timer was up. We'll do that. It's like I got him on the ropes right here, you think. But no. He rezzed me. Did something to heal up tremendously, like very tremendously. I don't even know what that was. It's just great. So re-shouting at me. I think I drink a potion there. My celerity's fading. I don't think I noticed that in this fight. Celerity's gone, which is a big mistake. I need that. So, still losing at this point. Just keeping those blocks and parries, keeping me in the game. But the shouts really hurt. I land a few licks in here. Here's where I decide to go with the Static Tempest Badge of Valor with the one-hander. It's not anything like the two-hand spec, but it is something. Throw it out there. I don't know why he stays near the ST. It might be that the ST doesn't land. You see, I almost have him right there, and he goes into a phase shift. Another toy to outlast me. At this point, I just keep swinging at him, hoping the phase shift will go away. So I believe he's now gonna try to, yep, he's kiting me away. I counter kite here. Choose not to follow him because I figure, well, I can heal too. I realize I have the wrong Mytherian on, and then I put my healing one on during this lull in the battle. Try to heal myself up. He's doing the same thing, but I'm running at him, spamming one of my interrupts, trying to get a snare. He kites me a little more here, to about as far as he can go. And then I get mezzed again, of course. Which, you know, he's got all the tricks. So I'll sit here, he can keep healing. But he's gonna try to fight me. Boom. And somehow that's some kind of two-style chain to stun me. So now I'm like in serious trouble. But I got my correct Mytherian on now, and I'm which I'm terrible at remembering, and now I'm actually back in the battle. Land a few good styles with my block reactionary is just an excellent style all around. I got a few of those into him. There's the stun. I don't think I've diseased him yet. There it is. No, there's the disease. And I might be pulling this out. It's very low. We're both low. I decide, instead of celerity, I'll just quick throw up a Skull of Soulkeeper heal charge. And then just finished him right there. So that was rank 11 Skald. Very tough battle. Great times. Thanks for watching.